There's so many others on that list, you know, that we have to get through eventually. So.
Yeah, we do have a lot. 0-0, as you would expect going into the first pistol round. FPX starting on the T side after smashing c0ntact on Dust 2. The last time these two teams played this map, it was 16-14 victory for c0ntact, so FPX trying to right those wrongs. Gamble stack at the A bomb site for the c0ntact defense, and you have to imagine this should be a pretty clean win for FPX. If they just do the set smokes in towards CT spawn, nothing crazy happens. They should be able to handle this with ease.
Well, this is the lineup where, you know, if you're Emmy and you get smoked, you just shoot. You hope you have headshots, and, you know, 1 out of 100 times, yeah, you get them. So he's got the first lineup. The grenade goes pretty deep and does almost no damage. And he's not going to stick around in the angle. And they actually don't throw the smoke towards the spawn anyway. They throw it maybe a little bit deeper there. Emmy, 1 good kill. Rallen will follow up. And now it's a bit interesting. 4-on-3 around that. I agree 100% looked like it was going to be over. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, bomb is going down. No one from c0ntact had heard it being planted.
Why are they still fucking around in A? What's going on?
They went back to A just to be sure. They're just checking. There is no kit currently picked up, but there is a smoke, and here we go.
Wow, well, smoke's pretty good. It's going to block off PTR for a little bit. Crasher's taking a fight over at construction as well, but he goes down. Next to fall is Mitch, and now PTI inside of the smoke waiting. It's a 10-second defuse, so they can't come off it. They have to keep doing it. Otto will guard it, and the defuse will come through. What a retake for c0ntact in spite of, you know, a little hiccup. I was getting real mad at that point in time.
Listen, c0ntact gets so incredibly fortunate that FPX chooses when they execute on that B bomb site. It's not the typical one. It's not a smoke in the choke point. You just enter the B bomb site. They had a deep one towards CT spawn, a smoke in the front of the bomb site so they could wrap around through construction and get all the way around in a new angle to attack the site. And unfortunately, that exposed them to danger that they didn't need to be exposed to. They have no way of knowing it at the time, but that's what allows the 2-for-1 trade that gives c0ntact a 4-on-3.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jason got called out by the production crew saying that bad news bears lose
at the end of the movie?
In the end.
Huh.
But I guess there's some moral lesson that we, you know, still could learn from that. They tried their best and still lost. That's a horrible way to end the movie. But fair play.
And that's why you don't try your best, kids.
Yeah. Might as well not. Falling back into the bomb site. We do have a Krieg and an AK and a MAC-10, so it's a pretty dangerous round here. Head armor on everybody except for Otto, so he's the one that has to fear the MAC-10, I think, the most. But still, ships alone in the B bomb site is making me really nervous.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they just pull the trigger on this right now and go for it, which there's no reason... Oh, that smoke, that timing is perfect. By the time that actually starts fading, you have to think that someone is going to fall back because c0ntact just now is clearing top mid. Brackets is empty. You could see 2 players, Otto and Esperanto, on the rotation over, and this is just perfect for c0ntact.
Yeah, they go to mid, they double peek middle, bit of a jump past, a lot of damage being put out, but not enough quite for the kill. Ship's still hiding back here. 35 seconds, he's gonna get the one, nearly a double. That's so much damage, but that actually triggered Otto to come through the smoke, and they're coming through one at a time, and I think because they wanted to try and save ships originally, and then they just couldn't follow up on it. This is maybe a big problem now. 20 seconds, bomb, not gonna get interrupted. It's a nice idea, nice theory from Esperanto. But this has actually resulted in all 5 fights in this round happening one at a time for c0ntact.
Yeah, coming through that smoke, trying to catch them completely off guard, and they just get overwhelmed. FPX had 5 players in the site. I don't mind the idea, but it's only super effective if that player inside the B bomb site is still alive, so that FPX have to manage, you know, aiming at someone at triple or in dark, and then also at the choke point 180 degrees behind him. And once he goes down, everyone from FPX is able to handle the situations just fine. All tied up.
Yeah, they win the pistol, and then it gets taken away again. Not exactly confidence building, is it? Well, they've invested into the round. They've got some upgraded pistols. They've got some armor to mess around with. And a little bit of a stack over towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, only 2 smokes though, so they can't do a whole lot of delaying. And you have to imagine FPX is going to be very patient with this one, especially towards the B bomb site. Dapper and Jonji with his Krieg just taking turns, probably peeking into this B bomb site when that smoke is cleared, seeing if they can find a duel. Nothing quite yet, but 2 smokes over at B from FPX forced out the counter utility. So the next round of smokes is going to be effective, although Ships is here. He has 1 more smoke to drop for a defensive stand. And really, the only thing FPX needs to avoid in this round, because there is a stack at this B bomb site, is attacking this site through a smoke. That cannot be a thing.
No, especially in 40 seconds. If they just wait this out, they're gonna have 5 seconds where they're gonna realize, oh, there are no more smokes. They actually just go right as it's fading, which is still a better idea than running through as it's up. But there's still that 3-way crossfire, and they're getting a couple of good kills. Molotov will take 2, and Mitch will turn around for 1 more. That's a strange way to get a triple, but why not?
Well, it's admirable from Ships and Otto. They're staying on top of those boxes, ready to fight in the flames. They're thinking someone from FPX is going to turn the corner, and they just delayed it long enough for the fire to do its work. 2-1, and FPX dodge a dicey situation.
They do, partly by not running through the smoke. Generally not a good idea. And a double barbecue for Mitch, so they weren't on the grill, even if there is one in that bomb site. But still, it'll have to do. Oh no, there's not anymore.
There's not. I still call it grill, though.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. In my mind, still a grill in that position.
You want to know one of my favorite Inferno moments ever? We were casting it.
Is it when the bomb drops down?
Between the grill and the wall. The only time I've ever seen that glitch in my whole life.
Yeah,
and it was at the Asia Minor Championship, and of course it happened to Sponge.
I forgot that it was him.
Those were good times. It was Renegades versus the Mongols. The Mongols ended up taking that.
We should find that clip and make him watch it now, just to see what would happen.
A whole clockwork orange.
Yeah.
Tape his eyes open.
That's not a bad idea. Well, 4th round. They do pull through, and no investment, obviously, for c0ntact in this round. Maybe apart from Rallen at that deagle, but we'll see. FPX still just looking really determined in everything they do right now. It just seems like they show up at a bomb site, they have a plan, and they follow through with it. And that's actually going to get you a long way of the way there, right? Yeah.
Here we go. Mac 10 coming around the corner. PTR opening kill, and the A bomb site will be lost. So, hold the thought. Esperanto's there for just a moment.
Still getting smashed, mauled by the bears.
This is going to be interesting. FPX could jump out to a huge lead with money advantage moving forward.
Yeah. You ever seen that opening scene from The Revenant?
I have seen The Revenant since we last had this conversation. I watched on a flight.
Yeah.
The bear scene is intense. Especially as someone who, I think I saw it when I was on my way to the Berlin Major after I just got done camping in bear-infested territory. So that made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember texting you, asking for you to not get eaten by bears, if at all possible. Would just be awkward, you know?
Yeah, we saw a bear on that trip. It walked right into our campsite. That was fun.
Wonderful. Well, at least that was the order of things, and not, you know, having watched the bear scene first and then run into the bears right afterwards.
I think I would have really regretted if I watched The Revenant before that experience. That would have made me a whole lot more on edge. AWP in Otto's hands. And we're getting some utility picked up as well. They've had to drop down to 2 FAMAS to be able to handle the Molotovs, the smokes. So a little bit deficient in the weaponry. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that all counts, right? Some of those battles you're going to have even at sort of medium range on this map. FAMAS versus AK or Krieg could definitely cost you the fight. If you both get a headshot, that's over. 3-1 and a 5th round. And c0ntact need to swing back really early on here, I think. Well, let's see what this hit is like, because Dapper and PTR are in mid, but they're not in any position to really join up with this attack. That's got to be traded. It's not happening quick enough. Roland gets, I guess, a first, but he causes the team kill. And Mitch is locked in now. Great shot from Otto. And now it's a crossfire setup, and there's no real entrance here. Well, there isn't. Esperanto getting one more. PTR. I don't know. He had to fight almost at the entire spectrum there. Would have had to have swung back around another 180 degrees to try and get that kill on Esperanto. Ambitious. Yeah, that would have been rough. But
I don't know. I mean, I think that's the nature of almost all of those rushes out of the hallways. You just have to win that first fight.
Yes.
Or it all gets slowed down and everyone gets bunched up and it doesn't work out so well.
Yeah, especially the one that allows the players to get out balcony. That or, I mean, the problem is someone would love to get out and jump left, right? But the Rollin was holding the angle close enough to where they couldn't even get to the point to make that jump. So pretty nice defense from him at contact. That's a beautiful nade.
Yeah, they kind of back up on top of each other to take a fair amount of grenade damage. Crashies maybe looking to take a fight with Rallen up there. See if they're going to be actually swinging for it. He could even be set up with a flashbang here, but he's just going to go for it, and Rallen will take him down. Nothing to set that up at all.
Crashies was the only player for FPX on Dust 2 to have a negative ratio in opening duels won and lost.
Really?
Yep, struggling here as well to find an opening kill. They're going to come right through the smoke, and good kill from Emmy with the FunPlus. Now he can just back away. He's done his job. There's a two-man advantage. He's used his utility. He forced them to come through a smoke to get that kill, and now they just play for the retake. If PTR wins this battle in Banana, there's a chance for FPX, and now there's none.
Mitch and Dapper would have to really go nuclear to try and win this round. 2-on-5. Mitch, not even a flashbang to set him up. He's going to try and go a bit early. And yeah, that was 3 people fighting Dapper in that corner. Never going to happen. And they're going to go straight for the defuse. So, going to be another round. A third one picked up by Contact. Even surviving with 3 members, they steal 2 Kriegs and an AK-47 and an AWP. So they're going to have a lot to work with all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're feeling great. And those Kriegs are going to be really difficult for FPX to break through.
Oh yeah, even a third Krieg.
Ooh, spicy. This is the exact buy you don't want to see if you're FPX. Tactical timeouts. I would imagine they're deciding if they want to buy here because they have the opportunity, right? They're like low to mid 4,000s on 4 players.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity. You get AK, some decent utility with that. So I think that's probably what they're talking over now. If they buy, what are they going to do with the limited resources?
I could see how you would want to go for it. Even if that was a pretty good round out of Contact and they survived with a fair bit, still, you want to keep the pressure on. If you could go into the next round getting 3 kills, even if you lose it, it's probably still worth it. Probably, you know, you can keep going.
Yep.
Your round lotus bonus is going to start to kick up, and, you know, especially if you have one plant.
I would be surprised if FPX buys here. I think the play is to go for a half investment, go for some Deagle armor, smaller weaponry. That's what we're getting, yeah.
They're getting there.
Okay, I like this.
I think that's fair. Yep. I still would have loved to have seen the other way. The sort of what we see out of Na'Vi sometimes, you know, when they just keep doing it, keep up the pressure. I mean, I guess...
Yeah, they don't have simple, though.
They don't have that. Missing some of that flavor. You're right. And it doesn't even always work out for Na'Vi, but...
It is fun to watch.
Yeah, it makes for some interesting Counter-Strike when you just see a team trying to, like every single round, trying to hammer the other team down. And then it either works or you're in trouble.
The Na'Vi economics?
Yeah, exactly.
Na'Vi economics? That's a weird, made-up word.
It's fine. I like it. I think, what do we call it? We did call it the Na'Vi School of Economics.
Yeah, forced by economics.
Yeah, why not? Ships and Emmy holding this bomb site. Going to be a couple of flashbangs to set up a push around the corner. But again, with the Krieg in play here, it's going to be really rough, as you can tell already. That stopped the push. They're like,
yeah,
no more.
It really did. Crashies is waiting for his moment. That smoke is surely going to fade at some point soon. He's going to have to push forward. And where do you just guess to the right? Do you guess the closet to the left? And he's chosen unwisely. And now his skin and face all melts off. Turns into a skeleton.
It's just as soon as you even hear the sound of it, you just think, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know what's next.
All right, Kriegs of their own brought out to battle. 4 snapbot immediately by the FPX side. They've lost 3 in a row. Contact leading by 1 round. And
this game, or this map at least, started with FPX winning that second round after having lost the pistol. So it felt like, oh, they're going to be right back on top. I mean, they won Dust 2 in a pretty strong fashion. So actually, it was shaping up to be a bit different. But it seems like Contact have found... They found something that works, which I think is good news because it was getting to be a slight bit disappointing to not see them, you know, give us more.
Dude, Rollin is beasting in this halls. That's 2 rounds he's had the opening kill against Crashies, and previously he held out and stalled out an entire attack.
Oh, damn.
And at this point, these Kriegs on the CT side, through the smokes, down these narrow choke points, these are so brutal.
Yeah.
This is the kind of these are the kind of rounds that make you think that tactic that we see some teams employ, especially on Inferno, of not buying Kriegs on the T side. You're just like, okay, it seems silly when you say it out loud, but then you see the result of what happens when the CTs pick it up, and you just say, okay, I understand it.
Yeah, because, I mean, even for the smoke and everything else, it's just so powerful. An attempt to try and see if they could do something. I mean, there's so much time on the clock that for them to hide is not even going to be that safe. They go and fight Otto, and he'll be happy to get that AWP warmed up. A couple of kills going his way. 5-3 now, with c0ntact really doing very well at the moment.
Yeah, some fine work. Some fine work from c0ntact.
It'd be interesting to see if we could get some kind of a change of pace here for FPX.
It's hard. It's hard now. With the 3 Kriegs on board, now the Molotovs and the nades and all the choke points, it's hard to find your place to, or where to pick your attack if you're FPX, especially when you consider they don't even really have anywhere on the map they can lean to say this is where we had success. In these first 8 rounds that we've played so far, we'll keep track of this 9th one, they've only won a single opening duel, FPX. And that's PTR. Janji is 0-4 in opening fights. Crashies is now 0-2. Excuse me, 0-1.
No, still 0-1, but it's definitely an issue for them, right? Ooh. Looked like maybe there was a chance there. Yeah, 1 opening duel is just not going to cut it, is it? Not quite good enough. These Deagles getting no targets so far.
The benefit it is for FPX, as we frequently mention, maybe, oh, that's a great shot. There's a second opening victory. Problem is, with only Deagles, can you actually capitalize on it? That's going to be the difficult part that FPX has to put together now. Otto with a missed shot. They have an avenue to get in towards CT spawn. Janji close up. Good management from Otto. And he's even ready for behind. They walk right into his crosshair. And there's that Krieg going to work.
Just no issue at all. Some good sniping coming out of Otto. It did not seem like he was under any kind of pressure, even as they were actually getting kind of close to him.
What I was going to say to complete the thought, FPX, after winning the second round, they're able to get to 3. So now it's a matter of scraping together 2 more rounds. 3 more rounds would be fantastic, but at least you don't have that pressure of having to win 6 gun rounds straight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. Problem is the economy is really growing, exploding really on the c0ntact side.
Yeah.
So if FPX wanted more than just a stable first half, but one that was, you know, really starting to look good, they need to go in and ruin a bunch of rounds in a row. And nothing that they've been doing so far really suggests that that's going to be happening.
This is cool. c0ntact just used nades and postured as if they were going to be pressing and aggressing down mid. And we'll see how much that can stall out FPX. That might, you know, occupy some of their time, burn some of their utility to clear out all these different angles. And you can still see 2 players. Here's the flashbang over to make sure everything's clear, but I think they're just going to risk it.
In the meantime, though, c0ntact are actually taking the B bomb site with 3 players and pushing out. And they're even setting up with a flashbang. Ships is inside of the bomb site, ready in case anything happens. So they're kind of expecting to be, or trying to be, a step ahead of FPX here. Double nade to top banana. That confirms a lot of people are on the other side, and they're going to try and boost. Let's see how quick Otto is. He's not going to be quick enough here. No shot through the wall either. Flashed in is Emmy, and he's going to pick up the one, and a good double kill. Barely got that one. It actually took a very, very long time.
Yeah, they just turned the corner, FPX, thinking that would be all clear, and they got real punished. Nades out towards the broken wall, but they must attack the A bomb site. This is all they have left. 3 on 4. It's got to be quick before the flank comes in. Ships is already at the base of mid, and Crashies is going to fall. Good trade from Mitch. Better from Rolla, who remains stellar in pit. 7-3 for c0ntact.
Yeah, that worked out incredibly well. Could have been a scary round if Emmy hadn't finished off that kill, if he just got traded, because then Ships couldn't have been quick on the rotation. They would have been in a lot of different trouble. You have to remember as well, the way that that flashbang is set up, right? They actually know on the T side how many people are there. They kill the 1 AWP, they fall to Emmy, but they know someone else through the flashbang from inside of the site. So they actually have a pretty good read of what's going on the A bomb side. So even if it had been a clean trade at top banana for that fight, they would have been like, great, we're gonna go for it. So yeah, that was closer than it seemed?
Yes, I would say so. Still, unfortunately, not close enough. Not even close to being close enough.
Not even no, just closer than it seemed. Some real relativism going on here.
Relativity in action.
Yeah, 7 to 3.
And it's a 6th round straight for c0ntact.
Yeah, that's one of the really worrying signs at the moment.
They have a huge shutdown going on at the moment. This FPX offense is not cranking out rounds quite yet, and they've only got 5 rounds remaining, including this one, to put some bigger numbers on the board.
Some Deagles from c0ntact 75 coming through the smoke to be absolutely eaten up by Esperanto. Good shot with the P250. A lot of satisfaction out of getting those P250 headshots, isn't there?
Yeah, it feels great. It feels so precise. c0ntact going to go through that smoke at the base of Banana, so he's at least got control if his teammates want to fall back, but they don't have the weaponry to break through any. They don't have the utility. 1 smoke, 1 flash, 1 Molotov, and a long way to go. Seems like a bit confused about where they want to end. And Esperanto's going to play with the smoke, which might be the opportunity that FPX need.
You think, oh, but look at this play here. PTR, he's actually ready for it. He's still not going to win the fight. He was ready for it in terms of the crosshair. Mentally, he was checked out.
I mean, it's got to be frustrating. You get that dink and not able to clean up the kill. Esperanto with 6 HP. What a sequence. He's got all 5 kills in the round.
They just were spread out, you know, over the whole round, but he just went and found everybody.
Why not?
I mean, it was against pistols, so... But still, that's pretty cool. Hunting them down. 8 to 3. 7 in a row. c0ntact making a strong case for pushing us onto a 3rd map, which would be Nuke. If it gets there.
And that was the interesting pick in the veto process. That was the one that had the analysts scratching their heads.
Yeah. Yeah, because what? It could have been Nuke or Train? I don't remember.
Yes, Nuke or Train,
I think. Oh, another double grenade landing, a little bit short. So not doing that much. But the Molotov will actually, you know, leave ships alone up here. Emi can still throw some grenades. Pretty good counter grenade coming out. And so far, nobody's hunting him down. Otto is going to be falling to PTR.
That's an interesting pick as well. PTR is all the way back at T-ramp when he gets that pick with the AWP. So Otto aggressing, delayed down mid in a 5 versus 5 that they've been crushing, but Esperanto lines him up at long range. Mitch can't even get the trade. Esperanto's ready for it all. 8 kills in these past 2 rounds.
These are the kind of plays and the kind of individual performances I think that is lured maybe a couple of people, myself included, into picking c0ntact in some of these games. Emi will go down, though, and Ships is on the other side as they come through simultaneously. And he could have maybe had both, but now it's Dapper in a 1 versus 2. He's got to get the bomb plant down before they show up. Got to be careful, though. Don't want to bump into too many things. He's now on top of the fountain and walking right through. He can't see much because of the scope. Esperanto will find him a quad kill after having just had the ace in the previous round. That's not bad.
Almost back-to-back aces. 9 to 3. Man, they're just getting crushed. Not just the kind of performances that get you excited about c0ntact throughout Flashpoint, but also these are the kind of performances from Esperanto specifically that make us all say there's more in this player than we've seen yet. Like he's going to be able to show us much more throughout his career.
That's what we're all hoping, right? But for c0ntact, we want for him to be playing like this, and then for, you know, at least 2 more players to have a pretty good kind of a game too. It can't just be him, even though this game it almost kind of feels like it, or this map at least. Nice shot from Otto to take down PTR.
Revenge.
A little bit of revenge.
Man, this just feels like this round has been played out so many times. c0ntact burns down to 22. But I feel like FPX has played the majority of this half in a 4-on-5.
Playing on hard mode.
Nightmare mode.
Upgrading, yeah. Still just no real change in the defense. No reason to change the defense when it's working this well. Ships and Emi over at the B bomb site. They still have a smoke each. They still have HE grenades. And, even more importantly, they have creeks. the pillar of any good defense.
Man, just hold the thought. Pop flash in. Ships isn't going to utilize it, but I feel like c0ntact has had 2 Kriegs in their arsenal since like round 5.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much accurate.
At least 2, sometimes 3. What are you supposed to do? Through the smoke, the spam is just way too easy. FPX going to get shut down again. Double digits for c0ntact, and they've got a 7-round lead.
Oh, Ships is inside. Maybe wants to upgrade that AK to another Krieg. Yeah, why not? Now they have 3 Kriegs and an AWP.
And an M4. Not as exciting.
Not nearly as exciting. Yeah, it's turning into a real problem. It's kind of, we're past that point even.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's no longer turning into a real problem. It's an actual calamity for FPX. I believe this is their map pick as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going around these days.
Trading maps. We're certainly not seeing anything that looks truly inspired out of them right now. Oh, leg shot might help out Otto a little bit. He will finish off Dapper and he goes straight for the fight, realizing they probably do not have any armor. So why not just go for it? They line up for Rallon to get a couple of kills. He's been having a little bit more of a quiet existence over at that pit.
Well, he was loud earlier in the half. He stopped, I think, like 2 attempted picks and a 1 full-blown execute in towards out of those holes. So if you're FPX, you're like, all right, well, Rallon's got a hot hand. Let's stay away from holes. You haven't been able to manage that. Go to the B bomb site. You've been getting destroyed by Emmy with the Krieg. Go up middle. You're getting destroyed by Esperanto. Otto's had a couple nice picks. FPX probably feel like this map is very small at the moment of where they can actually safely maneuver. And now for the coup de grace, mid-push.
Yeah, shut them down. Make them really feel like they've got nowhere to even be on this map. PTR, I appreciate the fact that he wanted to try and take that fight with Otto. You have to do something. You have to find a way to you know, get yourself into a round. But they could end this half at the 3, which, again, considering that they started that 3-round run, winning the 2nd round, you expect way more. And it's not happening, is it? Rallon will take down Mitch. John G and Dapper, 2 versus 4 at the moment.
This shutdown has been so comprehensive that I can't even think of a round that was close in this entire half.
No, I can't really either.
They're going to end this half with all 5 players of c0ntact over 10,000, and that is a pretty good indication of how this half has gone for Dapper and FPX. John G, the last one left in a 1 versus 4, and he's eating flashbang after flashbang. He's trapped in every single angle. Another flashbang coming in, and he can't even find a comfortable fight. He's going to go down 12-3 in the favor of c0ntact.
They got thoroughly spanked in that first half. Yeah. Which I don't know about spanking bears. Seems like a terrible idea, but it's working out so well so far for them. So why not
give it a shot?
Yeah, well, they've done it so far. Now they just need to do it for the 2nd half as well. We'll see how that goes when we come back after the break. Back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half going to be coming up here. The second map on Inferno, and it could be a pretty quick affair. The way that c0ntact have been playing wasn't maybe the best start, but once they found the right direction, once they picked up the Kriegs.
Yeah, once they found the Kriegs,
yeah,
then it all went south for FPX. They didn't have a good time. They got beaten. What was that? 11 rounds straight.
Yes,
I think that that they picked up c0ntact. So yeah, if you're FPXer, there's really nothing positive you could say during halftime. It's just kind of like, let's see how this half starts, and see, it's literally the one round at a time thing mentality.
It's the Counter-Strike equivalent of the Dota 2 Divine Rapier, and just pick that up and
someone get the Divine Rapier and see what happens.
Drop it over to the other team. You're like, oh,
well, shit.
This is really bad news. So don't want to be doing that. Maybe, I don't know. We're all expecting for there to be some sort of nerf at some point.
Yeah, well, I feel like we've been expecting that for like 5, 6, 12 months now.
Yeah, but
they've been taking their time.
That's how it always is, though.
Yeah.
You have to get used to it. Some of us lived through the Tech9, the CC era.
Yeah.
AUG era was like a week.
Yeah,
only.
AUG era was a week. Then it came back, the AUG era.
Then it came back.
We had the Deagle era, where the Deagle was like a 60%
R8 era,
damage body.
where the R8 was essentially a scout.
I feel cheated on the R8 era. I think we should bring that back. Maybe next year for April Fools.
We were traveling or something.
We were on the plane.
Yeah.
And I landed, and everyone
we missed out.
Everyone's putting like Tombstone memes up there, Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp, and I'm getting all excited, and then it was nerfed in like a day.
Yeah, I missed that completely.
I was really upset. I feel like I need to have that back in my life.
Okay, maybe we could do that, like a Halloween type special or something.
Yeah.
Bring it back for Halloween and and let us use it.
We did the R8 show match.
Yeah, we did. That was
stupid.
It was very tricky. But that was the impossible to use R8.
Yeah.
You had to like preload the shot.
It wasn't the overpowered one. Either way, enough reminiscing about the bad old times.
Look at the kills that are on FPX going into the second half. It's kind of ridiculous.
3, 3, 7, 4, 11. That's not pretty. Here's a nice aggressive push, but they like a trap. There's a lot of people shooting at this.
No.
Even this doesn't work. There's still Dapper stuck here, and he's committed. He's going to go down. Why not? You've come out with an aggressive tactic as CT. You might as well double down and see what you get.
Yeah, why not? They're in a lot of trouble, though.
Decent damage done to Rollin, decent damage done to Ships to start things out, and John G remaining aggressive as well. He might be able to catch someone unawares of the follow-up peak.
Yeah, I mean, this is unlikely. You probably won't be reading this on the T side, although Otto snuck up right behind him, so John G still could end up a little bit exposed. Long range here to be holding this with a Glock, you have to say, though. Ships looking in the middle, John G almost getting the timing, but he's going to miss it by a second, and they're bringing the bomb back. I think they're going to end up at the A bomb site.
The hard part is John G's looking for information. Oh, they just gave up that angle as well. This is down to timing. John G's going to be in the battle of his life. He's traded immediately. And now PTR needs to step up to the plate, but he can't stop Halls. He's got to stop mid. They know his position. Ships is ready. And the bomb is patiently just walking up behind it, making sure it's safe. And it is now.
Nice. He almost stutter stepped into that fight, Ships. So like he nearly peeked it, then he over-peeked it, and PTR just couldn't really read that movement. Rallen going down to a grenade that actually landed on top of the box, which is interesting. Mitch in the bomb side, 1 versus 2, and instead of waiting for him to go for the defuse, they go and fight him. That's a little bit of an open angle, you have to say. Just a beacon on top of that. Mitch going to be putting up the smoke, but he's a 10-second defuse on his hands, and I think Emmy is reading this incredibly well. Surely the smoke would be enough to cause a lot of nervousness on some players now. Flashbang, and he's going to go straight for it. Again, 10 seconds inside of it, getting shot at the back, and just even strafing past. Pistol round 1 by c0ntact, and Well, I don't know. If they weren't already winning, then surely there's no coming back from this if you're FPX.
You have to buy here. You have to just fully invest in everything you've got and see what you can make of this next round. In fact, I think no matter what happens, no matter how many you lose, you just keep force buying until you get on the board and just see how far you can take it. But yeah, that seems to be a pretty solid knockout punch for c0ntact.
They need a lot of creeps to turn this around on the CT side. Or 5 creeps.
5 creeks, no ops.
Yeah, then it's probably possible.
Quick shot from PTR, perhaps trying to lure them into a trap, which he might successfully do. 3 players here, Rollin. He spots the one boosted. Now they have the intel, but it's a fight to the death, and Auto gets all 3 with the MAC-10.
Some tags coming in, but they're not going to slow down team kill from Esperanto's getting bored all of a sudden. John G, 1 versus 3, creeping on in. Maybe could have had that kill, but I don't think it matters. Again, it's just so much clear without the kit or a smoke or anything. It's just about trying to do some more damage here. Otto will find a 4th one. That's all with the MAC-10, so a lot of money being made for him, and a 14-3 scoreline. So that's what, 11 rounds to close it off with, 2 to start with here. They're putting together a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a team go on a streak like this. 13-0 run.
3 HEs on FPX. Buy 2 more. Come on.
You better hope they're the holy hand grenades.
There's another one, Mitch. All right. Always has to be someone. Wants to be different.
He's saving for something important in the next round. Well, 2 nades thrown down mid. Excuse me, 1 thrown at B. Here come the follow-ups. That's pretty decent damage, but I feel like none of them are really thrown into the same spot.
No, just hoping that, you know,
stagger them.
Carpet bombing, I think, is the technical term.
Okay.
Not really working out this time. John G gets taken out, and not long after it crashes to hit the dirt inside of the B-bomb side. Mitch and Daphne left. And about to be, what, 14 rounds in a row here for c0ntact to pretty much get to map point. This is very dominant.
It's a statement after that Dust 2 loss. I mean, it's wild. c0ntact didn't even really seem competitive on Dust 2 whatsoever, and now to have the roles swapped like this so harshly is a bit wild.
Yeah, and on FPX map pick.
That's what's even crazier. Both teams pick these maps, and they're not even competitive on them. c0ntact picks Dust 2, gets demolished. FPX picks Inferno. What's worse than demolished? Obliterated?
Yeah. Something like that. Nothing left, it feels like. They have a chance here with the rifles, the M4s, and they want to go hard at it. Out on Banana to take that fight. John G loses his life. A bit of a return in with a grenade, but doesn't kill anybody. And now they're in a 4 versus 5, and it's really early on. It's a lot of time now for c0ntact to feel out where is that defense. Get some information, see if you can figure out exactly what's going on. Ooh, that smoke, he was right on top. He wants to push through. He actually isolates the fight, and Rallen will pretty much win the map. That's a nice transfer.
I can't believe he got that 2nd kill on Crashies. Man, this whole game, FPX has only had, what, 5 opening battles won?
Yeah.
c0ntact has won every single initial fight that came out. Even through the smoke that's coming in. Emmy gonna really help shut this map down. So, 16-3 is gonna be the scoreline. It didn't feel like it was possible after that Dust 2, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. What a ridiculous map that was.
Remember, we did say that in the Bad News Bears at the end of the movie, they do end up losing. Spoilers. Bit late on that warning. It's all. They were also coached by, you know, a down on his luck alcoholic lawyer. I think was the character.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like a movie that is like. It sounds like a terrible movie.
Sounds like a real late '70s movie.
Yeah, but they're following in that line. I don't know about the alcoholism, but they are.
Yeah, we can't speak to that.
Don't know about anything about that, but they are getting beat up pretty badly at the moment. So we'll see if it continues. We'll be back with the 3rd map after the break. So stay tuned.